Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys make massive decision on future of Pro Bowler. Even though he hasn't been playing like it, the Dallas Cowboys have shown tight end Jake Ferguson they think he's one of the NFL's best at his position. Coming off a season in which he had 0 touchdown receptions, NFL Network's Ian Rappaport broke the news the Cowboys have rewarded Ferguson with a 4-year, $52 million contract extension on July 27. The Cowboys followed Rappaport's report with their own post on X with the news. The Cowboys and standout tight end Jake Ferguson have agreed to terms on a 4-year extension worth $52 million in new money with $30 million total guaranteed, Rappaport wrote on his official X account. Ferguson gets a $12 million signing bonus. Dallas takes care of a young star. Ferguson had a Pro Bowl season in 2023 with 71 receptions for 761 yards and 5 touchdowns, then followed that with 59 receptions for 494 yards and no touchdowns while missing 3 games due to injury. The 4th-round pick out of Wisconsin was headed into the final season of his 4-year, $4.36 million rookie contract. Ferguson's new contract comes as somewhat of a surprise after his underwhelming performance in 2024, although the Cowboys seem to have taken into account that starting quarterback Dak Prescott wasn't there to dish out the rock for the last 9 games of the year. We've seen Ferguson skyrocket from a small contributor in his rookie year to a Pro Bowler in his sophomore season, Inside the Stars Mark Heaney wrote on May 18. Unfortunately, that success didn't carry over to 2024. And it could be the reason Dallas lets him walk next offseason. We all know the Cowboys limit their spending, and it just seems like he's on pace to be the odd man out when it's time to talk dollars. The smartest move for the Cowboys was to extend Ferguson now. At just 26 years old, the likelihood is Ferguson will get back to how well he played in 2023 sooner than later, and if he has another season like he had in 2023 or even comes remotely close, they will have saved between $10 million to $20 million in total value in terms of his contract. That's just smart business, unusual for the Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys starter to miss multiple months with injury. The Dallas Cowboys will be down a starter on the offensive line for at least a couple of months, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter. The NFL Insider reports that Cowboys guard Rob Jones has suffered a broken neck and will miss 2 to 3 months. Jones had been working with the starting offensive line during training camp, per Schefter. Rob Jones is in his first season with the Cowboys after spending the previous 4 years with the Miami Dolphins. In March, the former Middle Tennessee State star signed a 1-year deal worth a reported $3.75 million with Dallas. The 26-year-old started all 17 games at left guard for the Dolphins in 2024. He allowed 5 sacks and 28 pressures across 1,080 snaps, per Pro Football Focus. His pass blocking grade was 54.3, according to PFF. Rob Jones played left guard and right guard for the Dolphins during the 2022 and 2023 seasons, including making 12 starts at left guard. Jones made the Dolphins' 53-man roster as a rookie in 2021, despite going undrafted. He played 71 snaps that season. Prior to turning pro, Jones spent 2 seasons at Middle Tennessee State. The Illinois native started his college career at Highland Community College in Kansas. The Dallas Cowboys opened training camp last Tuesday. The first preseason game for the Cowboys is scheduled for August 9 against the Los Angeles Rams. Tight end Brevin Spanford also suffered an ankle injury and will be out for a couple of weeks. Injuries began to mount for the Dallas Cowboys on Monday. Early in the morning it was reported that offensive lineman Rob Jones has a broken bone in his neck and will miss 2 to 3 months. A few hours later it was noted that wide receiver Paris Campbell has an MCL sprain in his knee. During his press conference around midday, head coach Brian Schottenheimer shared that tight end Brevin Spanford will miss a few weeks with an ankle injury. Schottenheimer noted that it was an ankle issue for Spanford, but he did not mention the term high ankle sprain that ESPN's Todd Archer included in his note. Perhaps there is more known about the severity of it all. On Sunday, the Cowboys extended tight end Jake Ferguson, which means he is the clear number one at the top of the group's depth chart. This is the NFL though, where you can use multiple tight ends, and Spanford has been a candidate to hold that second spot. With him sidelined for a bit, third-year man Luke Schoonmaker will seemingly have more opportunities to impress. Cowboys owner Jerry Jones bashes Micah Parsons with absurd NFL training camp claim. The Cowboys always have a way of bringing attention to the NFL team even if it's not for the proper reasons, and owner Jerry Jones simply cannot get out of his own way right now in regards to one of the defense's biggest superstars. Micah Parsons' very public contract negotiations have led to a stalemate between the pass rusher and the Cowboys organization, but Jones continues to publicly mock Parsons and even took it one step further over the weekend. When talking about a potential new deal and hearing Dallas fans advocating for Parsons to get a contract extension, Jones stated that the crowd's noise in favor of Parsons was a faint little sound in comparison to when CeeDee Lamb was working on a new deal with the team. Nothing should shock Cowboys fans at this point when it comes to their owner, but Jones somehow finds new ways to piss off his players and fanbase as the 2025 NFL season nears. Stephen F. Smith tears into Stephen Jones over ignorant Micah Parsons contract comment. Over the weekend, Jones's son and Cowboys VP Stephen Jones joined the chorus by telling reporters on Sunday that Dallas wants to pay Parsons, but Parsons has gotta want to be paid as well. This commentary created a stir within the NFL community and led to a furious Stephen F. Smith rant on ESPN. Appearing on Monday's edition of First Take, Smith lambasted Jones for giving one of the most ignorant statements he's ever heard come from an NFL executive and asked aloud if Jones would be in this position if not for the fact that his father owned the Cowboys. I don't know what's wrong with the Jones family right now. We've seen Jerry Jones say some crazy things last season, but what Stephen Jones said about Micah Parsons in terms of he has to want to get paid, I think that's an egregious statement. What does 52.5 sacks equate to over your first 4 years? What does 112 quarterback hits equate to over your first 4 years? Jerry Jones needs to get his act together. But as egregious as his actions have been, it's nothing compared to what Stephen Jones said. He has to want to get paid. What is it about Micah Parsons that you have seen that has said he doesn't want to get paid?